Right, so I've just watched the press conference from Epping with the Essex Chief of Police. He's also some kind of chairman for the Council of Police Chiefs or whatever that is. Anyway, within the press conference, this is the bit I found interesting. He was giving out the usual bollocks. We police without fear or favour and all this bullshit, which we know isn't true. We've all got eyes. We've all seen the citizen journalists. We all saw the way the police at that protest were policing, and it wasn't without fear or favour. That's for certain. So the chief of police in that situation is talking absolute bollocks. This is the bit I found interesting, though, was when he said that people outside the hotel were arrested because it was believed they were going to instigate trouble. Now, this is where I have an issue with it, right? Because he says that, but he doesn't mention the fact that his police officers marched up and allowed to march up, because they were at the side of them, masked up Antifa to where the protest was and allowed them to shout abuse at the protesters. So in one instant, he's saying, oh, we preemptively arrested these people to prevent a breach of the peace from taking place. And then in the next breath, he's failing to mention the fact that his officers marched up, escorted Antifa, all masked up, don't forget, masked up, from the train station up to where the protest was taking place. So by his logic, his officers facilitated and enabled violence to take place against the protest that was taking place near the hotel. So his officers are guilty of a breach of the peace. The police are supposed to prevent potential breaches of the peace. They're supposed to keep the king's peace. So if they believe people are heading to a location to cause trouble, then they have a right to stop them and prevent them from going there. They didn't do that. You know, my brain would be going, and it was saying, I can't challenge the actions of operational commanders on the ground. Yes, you can. You're the fucking police. You know, you're the chief of police of Essex. So if anybody can question his officers, it's you. And the thing is, this is a prime example of what we see throughout the police force. From the lower ranks to the hierarchy is them pulling rank. They refuse to criticise themselves on getting things wrong. They never get anything wrong, or they refuse to answer the question. Oh, I can't comment on that. That's down to the individual commanders on the ground. That's bullshit, that's weakness, that's cowardice. That's you not taking responsibility for your officers' actions in that regard. Completely hypocritical, the police chief of Essex. He needs to resign because he's fucking useless. And the fact that he was going on about, oh, you know, the people of Epping are perfectly safe. You tell that to those parents who are worried about the kids going about when you allow undocumented illegal immigrants to wander around the neighbourhood unchecked without having regular police patrols. That's not you making the streets safe. That's you just sweeping it under the carpet and pretending everything's okay, pretending everything's sunshine and rainbows, when it quite obviously isn't. Absolute clown show, our police force and police chiefs. They're the issue. This is why I talked about in my previous videos. The police force needs to be completely and utterly put under review, and there needs to be changes. If not, the whole police force disbanded and we find something else. We find a new way of being policed within our communities, because it's quite evident that our police force is heavily corrupted, it's politicised, and it's not fit for purpose. This is Vindicator, signing off.